What is good, Ape Nation? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the one and only AMC stock and actually kind of like go over what the squeeze may end up looking like and actually talk about do I see the squeeze coming relatively soon. So I'm going to actually answer that question and talk about where on earth is AMC probably going to go in the future and what on earth will the squeeze look like. Now, before I say anything about AMC, I do have to mention some very important things first. First off, I'm not a financial planner. This is all for educational purposes only, so do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, benefits the entire ape community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to have the chance to win up to $200,000, as Moomoo is also giving away $200,000 for the new year. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, guys. Neo is actually giving away a lot of money. So if you want a chance to win a lot of money, and if you want up to 5 free stocks, please check out the link below. Sign up and deposit $100 if you want this chance. Now, with that out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So looking at AMC, we were a little bit in the green today. Now, it moved very similar to something I did talk about in my previous video, and we do need to discuss that in a little bit more detail. So looking at the long-term grand scheme of things, let me kind of like zoom out when looking at it. AMC is just descending and descending and descending, right? We've seen this thing drop like crazy. Now, look at some technical indicators. If you look at the MACD, RSI, once again, the RSI is showing this thing is heavily oversold. Let me zoom into it just a little bit. And look at what the MACD is showing. Some sideways action and a lot more like red histograms towards this very end. So we're kind of like trading sideways, bouncing between support and resistance, and actually on this downward trend below every single one of these moving averages except for the ones over the shorter time frame. So this is an indicator. AMC is going to continue to dip a little bit more, guys. Now, that doesn't mean that I've given up on the squeeze. I still see this thing as a squeeze potential. So that's why I'm going to switch to trading view now and show you guys what I've been looking at. So this is what I mapped out yesterday, right? And I gave you guys an example of how this price action could end up looking like. And so far, very similar. We could respect this falling wedge for the next couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, before we really start to run. Now, when it comes to AMC, guys, I have the golden pocket mapped out right here. AMC's fallen below that. Okay, we've fallen below it. So what's the next key level of support? As we discussed in my previous video, the $12.80 range appears to be the next level of key support. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to perfectly just bounce off of that. It could go to like $12.50, but around the $12 range, guys. Be prepared for that, because it does look like we're going to touch that. And that could be the moment where we start to kind of like trade sideways, then run to the upside. I'm not guaranteeing that, but I'm just putting it out there for now, because before we go to like 100 a share, 500, 1,000, we have to get to 20. We have to get to 15. And obviously we're at 15 now, but we do look a little bit more bearish for the short term. So I want to talk about what other indicators are showing. Basically, I have the Fibonacci retracement right here, right? But what could end up playing out is AMC is going to probably trade sideways, and it is very dependent on what the SPY is doing. So let me bring up the SPY. So when it comes to AMC, it's not just the SPY, it's also the Russell 2000. But when it comes to the SPY, guys, the SPY has been pretty much trading at a very interesting rate. So I kind of mapped this out. I know this channel looks weird. Let me delete these lines. But the SPY was running up, right? It was respecting this channel for quite a bit of time. We see this big retracement, and now we're beginning to find support right here. So now it looks like the SPY is descending. So we can kind of map out how the SPY has been moving. So the way the SPY appears to be moving now is it's on this downward channel before we see some signs of reversal. And we may continue to move like this going forward. So this is affecting AMC, because right now AMC is not in the squeeze mode. We're not squeezing yet for AMC. So because we're not squeezing yet, AMC is being dictated by these big institutions that are trading it. They're using all sorts of like crazy manipulation. That's like a part of it. It's also how the overall market is doing. And until the SPY starts to rebound, as long as AMC is not squeezing, AMC is probably going to follow it. So if the SPY has a green day, like, and I do anticipate next week to be a little bit more green than red, unless some bearish candles or a catalyst comes out. But unless the SPY starts to rebound, guys, AMC is going to continue to move the way it is. So for instance, okay, let's pretend we're not in the MOAS phase yet. right? The MOS is on the table, but if the SPY continues to dip like this, go up, and then drop, like, what if the SPY did something like this, right? If the SPY traded like this, AMC is going to drop too, guys. AMC is going to drop to like $12, maybe lower, maybe around 12. I think $12 is actually going to hold out pretty strong because the lower AMC drops, the stronger the support is, right? AMC will drop if the SPY does this, and that's when we're not in the MOS state. If the SPY does this, we actually break out of this downward trend and we start to rebound a little bit next week. AMC is going to run up too. AMC is going to go maybe to 20, 21. So AMC is heavily dependent on the SPY right now. The SPY, the NASDAQ, the overall market, right? And because I anticipate us to run up a little bit, I do think AMC is going to trade a little bit sideways before we start to run to the upside. Now, I'm not saying AMC is just going to explode like that. It could end up running like this. I do think it's going to be a very dramatic move to the upside when we do start to run. But until the squeeze starts, guys, that's when AMC is going to be following the market. So right now, AMC is running with the market. We're going to continue to do this most likely for next week. And until we break out of this wedge, guys, when the institutions start covering, this thing is going to run really hard. And like I showed you guys in my previous video, we're still respecting this falling wedge, right? Over the longer time frame, massive, massive falling wedge. And when we reverse from that, it's going to be so dramatic. So nothing's changed, guys. Until the MOAS comes, we're just going to have to wait it out. And besides that, that's about all I have for this video. It's just a waiting game, right? And for me, guys, I'm not giving financial advice. Don't take this as financial advice. But I see the possibility of a little bit more downside for next week. Okay, we might touch the $12 range. Unless the market starts to rebound, we're going to start running up, guys. So I don't know how long it's going to take. It may take a few days. It may take a week or two from now. But when we run up, we're going to run up really hard. But until we get there, AMC is going to continue to trade the way it is. So I hope you guys look at this as me not being the predictor or a wizard that tries to call the future. I'm simply trying to explain how I could see AMC moving given the circumstances in the market. We're seeing inflation at crazy rates. We're seeing the Evergrande situation unfolding with all this debt in the market, with all these institutions over leveraged. So the composite man right now is just kind of causing AMC and these big stocks out there to trade sideways and dip. We may touch the new key level of support, but I'm still very bullish for the future, guys. So until we get out of this falling wedge, the TA is going to be the same. I just can't wait for it, guys. So just be patient, remain calm, cool, and collected, and we are going to get there relatively soon. And once we get there, guys, I think AMC will not just run, it's going to run hard. That's what I have for this one. I'll see you in the next one. AMC to the moon, and peace out.